it's the sense of you finding who you are outside of relationship, like putting your own feet down, your own roots down, your sense of self that wants your attention as well. We've all come here with a divine purpose, traveling on a stream of cosmic dust from the stars into our mother's wombs, born into this precious life. It is no accident that you are here, my love, on earth, in this moment, in this body. You are here longing to find your place, to align with your purpose, to embody your passions and to live into the dreams of your heart. Yet so often we get caught, suspended in the tangle of life, not able to move forward, not able to find solace and comfort in a world that has forgotten the truth of our existence. As we begin to remember, as we peel back the layers, as we come together to uncover our unique gifts and reconnect with our authentic selves, we are able to see another way of being, a new possibility, a different life waiting to be lived. I have experienced on this complicated and wild journey of life that when we connect with the story of our soul, it will show us the magic of this life that we have been missing. It will open a window into the very heart of who we truly are, of who we came here to be, and gives us answers to our ever-asking why. Hello, my beloveds. Welcome to a monthly guest episode. Maggie is here with us today, and it was such a joy to be able to be with her. She, like so many women I know at the moment, are on the threshold of leaving her marriage. She has children, she's reinventing herself, and she's looking for guidance. And even if you are currently in a fabulously supportive, amazing, devoted, loving relationship, there's still so much value for you in this episode because the things that we talk about are relevant whether you are in relationship or not in relationship, right? And let's say romantic relationship. Let's clarify that because we are always in relationship with everything. Our entirety of our life is a relationship, and it is the quality and the depth of our willingness to relate that really builds the structures of our life. So as you listen, right, whether or not you are leaving a marriage or leaving a partner, maybe you're even leaving a job, maybe it's a friendship, right? So many people right now, this is part of their reality, part of the life that they are creating. Because in these times that we're in, it is really asking us to show up and look at the whole picture of our life, right? And the things that are not working, the things that make us cringe inside, the things that contract our soul, are all being dragged to the surface. And it is very fiery and it is extremely uncomfortable. And yet, if we are willing to turn towards it, to nurture these places, to harvest the goodness from these places, we will change our lives in a way that will surprise you and delight you. That might not happen in this moment, and yet it will happen when you are willing to take the journey. So as you're listening today, no matter where you are in your relationships, one of the themes that threads through this reading is that choosing yourself first is of utmost importance. And when you do this in support of others, right, in devotion to your loving of others, this is where you really lay down your boundaries. And remember, right, boundaries are about showing people how to love us more. They let more love into our lives, not less. And so when you prioritize yourself in devotion to all of your relationships, you will find more love. We talk about taking one step at a time, right? So many of us want the big picture. We want the whole map right now. Show it to me. I don't want to be in uncertainty anymore. I don't want to be in confusion. I want to know. And the magic happens when we don't know and we're willing to just take one more step, and wait for the next one to appear. We also look at allowing yourself to feel good, right? We so often keep ourselves from love. We keep ourselves from joy. We say, no, thank you, when we really, inside of us is screaming, yes, have more fun. Let yourself be loved. Let yourself sing and dance and twirl and experience the magic of life. Stop being so responsible. Stop being so predictable and reliable and loyal and all the things that keep us from joy. Just let go and have a little fun. And then we round out the call with talking about being your own safety net and rebuilding your energetic field and foundation from a place that is of your own sovereign being, right? You don't need a partner to be safe and stable and secure. You don't need to be deeply committed and miserable in order to be protected. You have you. You have fortitude inside you that is so much greater than you know, than you let yourself know. When you take the time to cultivate that, you create your own safety net, your own boundaries, your own protection. So as you walk through the world, you feel aligned, you feel supported, you feel alive. So think about these things, right, as Maggie and I are on our journey together. And also, before we dive in, if you are looking for more ways to find this emotional, energetic, mental, physical support, we have so many resources for you, right? We have this podcast with our teachings. We have our Substack with so much content on there for you. We have School for the Soul, where we have online curriculums. And of course, we have the journey. You hear me talk about it all the time. So dive in, reach out. There's links in the show notes. Let's get going. I love you. Hi, Maggie. Welcome to the show. How can I help you today?
Hi, Sarah. Thanks for having me. This is such an honor. Well, I am, I would say, on the precipice of a big decision and making it come to fruition within my marriage and looking for some guidance around it, like how it will unfold and like what I'm needing to do to support myself, to support my daughters, and how it's going to shake out, I guess.
Thank you. What do you know already?
I know already that while I love my husband and he's been a wonderful provider, I married someone who was safe for me at the time in terms of predictable, loyal, dependable. And now that I'm at this place in my life where I'm thriving and really growing spiritually, he is not the person that is going to evolve and to grow with me. And so I've been grieving a lot, and I know that he loves me to the best of his ability. And I do love him for that, but I just know that we are not matched well for my next chapter.
Yeah, I feel that in you, like that knowing, right? Yeah, and that's a hard place to be. And what I feel for you as well, it's like exciting is the word that is dropping in for you, the potential, right, for where this big decision will lead you. Because what I sense in you, right, there's a developing of your spiritual capacities. There's this connection to a deepening of your spiritual practices and your understanding. Like I feel it all in your upper body, like working, in your crown, your third eye chakra, all these things you've been developing, how you've been expanding your consciousness. And yet when I feel into the lower part of your body, there's not as much awareness for you in the lower part of your body. And this is where we're resourced from the earth, where we get our power from. And it's like you're plugged into marriage. And oftentimes, right, when you do reach these crossroads where you're not being met, right, spiritually, evolutionarily, expansively, you're just kind of plugged into a system. And what I see is by you unplugging from that system and really saying, hey, like this is my next step. Like I'm willing to let go of some of this safety and stability that I needed in order for the next iteration. There's a lot that happens in that place in a good way, right? So I see you unplugging and then replugging in to a new life. So, like, what do you most want to know about this transition?
Mhm. There have been some men that have shown back up in my life. They've returned in my life. And two in particular feel, well, yeah, they feel very spiritual in nature in terms of supporting me on some level. And they do feel like they provide a little more grounding than I've had. I think one of my areas in which I feel stuck is trusting myself in the path that I take and where I go, and also knowing that it potentially is going to disrupt my children and their lives if I do kind of follow one of these said paths with or without a gentleman. I guess I'm kind of wondering if there's clarity around one of these male presence in my life.
Yeah, well, what was dropping in to tell you when you were mentioning your children is that they are souls on a journey, right? And they chose this disturbance. They chose a path that included this, right? They didn't come to you, let's say they came to you because of this. Like there's something for both of them or in this. And right, like we stay in situations or we don't make decisions, especially as mothers, because we have this sense of we don't want to mess up our children. And in that place, it is important to remember that they're souls on their own journey and your decisions included them, right? Like they came here knowing that they needed what is going to happen in order for their lives to evolve in the way that is most correct for them. And so it's less about you like making a wrong decision, right? Like I see you sort of like there's the part of you that knows what you want to choose. And then there's the part of you that doubts because of being responsible for others and wanting to give them the best opportunities. And this is a beautiful quality, right? It's a beautiful part of you. And yet your children pick up on so many things, right? Like maybe you stayed in your marriage because of them, but they feel that you're not being true to yourself underneath, right? It overlays things. Like children pick up on that energetically. So you leaving actually becomes a gift because then you show them something new and different. You show them that they can make choices that are for them and that they don't have to always question what other people want. By you choosing what you truly want, you're a beacon for them in that place, right? Like you show them that, hey, you get to choose for you. You get to do the things that make you happy. Don't contain yourself because of responsibility and what you should do and what's the right thing to do. It's like, well, who decided what's right or wrong? It's so arbitrary, right? If you show up, you manage your energy, you make decisions that are in integrity, then you show them like you pave the path with those things and you bring more opportunity for them. That piece feels important as this like you're moving into, okay, am I choosing somebody to be with somebody? There's this hangover part of you it's partly about you, but it's partly about them. And what do you think they would want you to do, or what's best for them? And it's like, well, at some point it has to be what's best for you. Because the happier you are, the more supported you are, the more nurtured you are, the more alive you are, then you become a better mother just by being those things.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I believe that. I definitely do.
So when we think about you moving forward, what's your biggest hesitation?
I think it's just knowing that it would be going into a season of challenge where my kids are currently thriving. And I just have a lot of unknowns of like for myself where I financially can support myself. And so it gets way more into like the logistics that is not my strong suit. But it's both like pulling the band-aid off and making this happen, and then not having all the answers of like what's next, I think. Like I wish I had more clarity on where I'm going to land for the sake of grounding my kids and having a concrete plan and vision. Because my
Hmm.
husband will kind of go with whatever.
That's a beautiful gift, right? To be
Hmm.
um, moving forward with support. That's not a common thing when we walk away from a marriage.
Yeah, it's true. It puts a little pressure on me to have it figured out. But yes, it is a gift. He's been generous that way.
So as I feel into you, so you're still living in the house with him and the kids. It feels that to keep things clean, let's say, and more simple, to move out and get yourself situated before you create something new with someone else. There's this flow that I feel underneath you of leaving like in integrity. Not that being with someone else is wrong or any of those things, but there's like this sense of flow that's available to you when you make this decision and you do it simple and clean and you get to the next stepping stone. You put down some roots. It's like it's an energetic thing because a new relationship, it takes a lot of energy. And it's so good, right? Like it feels so delicious and yummy and but at the same time, that's a lot of outflow. And your body, your life, your career, all the things you're doing, your kids, you're going to take that energy from somewhere. It's like gathering your resources is the way that I see it. You make the step, you find the place, you move, or he moves, or however. It doesn't really feel like there's a right or a wrong way. However, you end up making that happen is just what works. But it does feel like I see you on a stepping stone on a path. And the idea is that you complete that stepping stone before the next one comes up and it's in water. Like there's these almost like lily pad type stepping stone. And the next one isn't revealed yet. And what I see is if you try to put too many things in at the same time, like starting something new, your lily pad is starting to sink. And it's not like you're going to drown or it's not horrible, but it just makes it a little muddier, right? Like, oh, now I got to like peel myself out of this to get to the next step. There's just more going on. And if you choose that, great, right? It's not like you have to do it this way. It just feels that there will be more resources for you. You will be able to see things more clearly. You will make decisions that are more about you rather than that beautiful energy that comes with starting something. And I get the sense that when you, like that lily pad sort of becomes a stone underneath you, then it's like, oh, okay, what you're stepping into next becomes more, like it has more longevity. It has more support, more stability because you created a foundation under yourself first. You're not like sort of messing with the foundation or building a foundation with someone else. That's what's happening, right? If you get into something else, you start to build a new foundation, but that new foundation already includes someone else and their energy. And for you in the spiritual path, it's like set your stone, set your foundation, and then from there, take the next step to creating something with someone else.
Hmm.
I just talked to you a whole lot.
No, I'm taking it in.
Yeah.
It's interesting because I would say I get that completely. And I think that's what I'm doing without making that big first step to the lily pad. Like that's the path I'm going. And what I've noticed is that maybe it's that lower chakra thing, but because I've been kind of in a deprivation place with love and support where I've been, I do give out so much and resource outward. And I'm really good about resourcing inward for myself too, but I just feel very ready for that next relationship to be better and more. And I'm not saying like I'm in a rush, but and I can see that, taking that step is important. It's just so interesting because I'm not like scared to do that alone thing per se. I just think it's like a lot of logistics and financially a lot of loss of income and so on. So it's just like, okay, if that's what's next, that's what's next. But I guess I'm feeling energetically a little bit more like, oh, I'm ready to meet my divine masculine because I know I put so much out there and love and support, and I'm just ready to have my home be a place where it feels so welcoming and supportive and received by a person who can show up for me. And that's the thing that's really missing in my life. So, yeah.
Hmm. Yeah. And I get that. I totally get that, right? That wanting to just be loved and share love in that deeper way.
Hmm.
How long were you married?
Almost 20 years.
Mm, yeah. So, the way I see it, right, it's an equation. Like it's an energetic equation is the way that I'm experiencing you. And I don't bring this in at all to minimize, right, the emotional, mental, spiritual parts of it. Yet this part is a part of it and it's important. It's the sense of you finding who you are outside of relationship, like putting your own feet down, your own roots down, your sense of self that wants your attention as well. The desire for the relationship, the next relationship, can come from the wounded part that's seeking the external love that the internal parts of us are offering. And like I say, there's really no wrong or right way. If there's somebody in your life and they're offering you love and attention and tenderness and support, you know, try it. See what happens, right? Just go for it. Like, we love to do things that make us feel good and then make ourselves wrong for doing the things that made us feel good. And it's like, you know what? If there's a lesson here for you about foundation and grounding in and being by yourself, well, you will get to do it again at some point. It'll be there waiting for you if that is part of your soul story. And if right now what feels more alive for you is having somebody to hold their hand and, write poetry together or whatever wonderful, amazing things you're going to do, right? Sip coffee in the morning. It's like give yourself the joy and then, let the rest just work itself out. Because there is a lot to be said about feeding your soul with joy and love.
Hmm. Yeah. I mean, when you said that, the latter feels really where I'm at. And it's not to like jump into anything long term or to have it be the reparative relationship that my marriage wasn't, but it's like just to experience something that has been pretty absent in my life for a long time. Because like I said, I'm a pretty like generous and supportive, giving person in so many areas. And just to have that be reciprocated and be a place where I can consistently rely on energy coming in, that sounds really like what I'm seeking outside of friendship, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, then follow that knowing, right? And this other part, this like underneath foundational piece, give it some time, see what happens. Come back around to it after you've had some time to heal and expand and nourish yourself.
Mm-hmm. Do you feel like those two can't happen at the same time?
Mm, let's see. So the way the relationship comes in, it's like a safety net, right? And it's what is it like to have a foundation that is all yours, created all by you, that is unshakable because there's no circumstances outside yourself that could shake it. And then the relationship becomes the add-on, right? The whipped cream and the cherry on top. In sort of this setup right now, it's still a safety net. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with a safety net that stops you from hitting the ground and splatting. Beautiful. Such a gift, right? But it still is a cog in your wheel that if that relationship doesn't work out, or then you're back at this place of, oh, well, who am I without a safety net? Who am I without this? And maybe you never need to find out, right? Maybe it's not the way that the cards fall for you. But this sense of really being able to root into who you are, and then whatever happens in the external doesn't have the opportunity to shake your foundation.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So yes, you can create a foundation and have this. But there's this sticky place of, well, who are you if that doesn't work out? And are you back here again? And I mean, you wouldn't be back in this moment, right? This moment, that moment's already gone and the next one's gone already. Like it wouldn't be the same, but there is a certain like structural foundation that you miss creating by moving on. I don't get the sense though that like moving on is a bad thing, right? Like I'm not here to say what's good and what's bad. It's just you choose what's best for you. And from just feeling you with the options, there is this part of you that really, really wants to have some nourishment and some love right now. And that feels like a very valid thread for you to follow, especially if it's available, right? Like if there's a person right there right now that is offering that to you, just go experiment, try it out, see what happens. Like I said, if there's a soul piece in here for you, it'll find its way to find you again.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess I've been curious though if I don't know how to fully articulate it though, but like I feel like I'm building that foundation through my own spiritual journey and work that I'm doing, and wondering like if I do choose to explore a relationship that doesn't have to have an ending per se, like or an forever, because I don't even know what that is anymore. But can that not help foster some healing because of my wounds and because of how my wounds are. Like maybe that the healing is in through that relationship to create that foundation is what it seems to be true for me.
Yes. Yes, yes. And when I say foundation, I'm taking a more energetic viewpoint, right? Healing, that's a different conversation. And
Mm-hmm.
yes, okay, yeah, of course, another soul coming in and sharing with you, there's going to be healing. When I'm talking about this structure, it's like the structure of you and your energetic body and the energetic blueprint, that like map that you're laying down, like it becomes yours and yours alone instead of when, well, here's this other person's putting their energy in. And now I've got two people laying the foundation, the energetic foundation.
Mm-hmm. That's a good distinction, I guess. Yeah. So from what you were sensing, intuitive reading from me is that energetic foundation is needing more foundation through being, I don't know, working it through myself.
Yeah, like you're unplugging right now, like you're starting the process of unplugging from an institution, right?
Mm-hmm,
Marriage is an
mm-hmm,
institution. We go into it, the story we're told is you're just marrying this one person and have a great time, have a great life.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
But so much of our economy is made up from weddings and divorces. It's a huge industry. It's a huge institution, carries a lot of energetic weight. And when we get married, we sign on to that, right? It's like a big energetic structure and we plug into it and then it gives us things like better deals on healthcare and, someone to hopefully grow old with and, all the tax breaks, and it gives us things in return. But there is an energetic exchange with it. You're about to unplug and you're about to feel what it feels like to not be connected to that. And that's a real thing. So it's like, okay, well, what do you want to do with that as an energetic foundation, right? Like, what are you going to plug into? I'm being intentional. So I see it as like a framework, an energetic framework that runs underneath us all. And we choose what we plug into, we choose what we pay attention to, we choose what we listen to, what we feel, what we allow in, what we don't, right? There's a lot of that in the energetic equation. So that's more the place that I have been tracking, where it's like, well, if you could plug in you, how is that different in the future in you plugging in with someone else? Again, just as you're unplugging out, like you're, unplugging.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. That's clarifying for sure. Yeah. I don't feel like I'm wanting to plug into anyone fully.
Yeah.
Just experience some abundance and joy and feel held and, like you said, have some fun. And if it leads to something that's undecided, but yeah, just that I know I'm like on my healing journey and getting stronger and clearer and leveling up, if you will. And so I'm just like curious and open to that.
hmm So yeah, when you go in, right, just manage your energy. Plug in, take like when it's there, like enjoy it. But then watch what's lingering, watch where you're still giving energy when you don't need to. Watch what's your output versus your input. And, be all in when you're in. But then when it's like, okay, I'll see you tomorrow, don't leave half of yourself over there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like bring everything back. Be in your bubble. Set your foundation.
Yeah. No, that's definitely an area of consciousness that I'm working on for sure.
Yeah. Well, what are you taking away from our call today?
Mm-hmm. Well, I definitely am going to sit with it some more and think about it because the imagery of the lily pad was striking to me and resonated from where I grew up. So that was very vivid for me. And the difference, I think, between healing and energy, that's kind of a newer thought process because I think I'm often in more of like that healing headspace or experience. So that's useful for sure. And that, yeah, I'm not making any major decisions. I'm in no rush right now in terms of what I'm going to plug into.
Yeah, you need a lot of your resources for you to reestablish yourself.
Mhm. Mhm.
Hmm. Does this feel like an okay place to land today?
Yes. Yes. Thanks, Sarah.
You're welcome. Thank you.